Hello and welcome to the first episode of Park Golf TV, here from North Wales Golf Range in sunny North Wales. I'm Steve and this is Luke, our pro. We're going to start doing this as a weekly series. Obviously this is episode number 1, so bear with us, might be a little bit rusty but we'll do our best to get through it. Right, so in this week's episode we're going to be talking about the Open and what's been going on and how it can help your golf by watching it and pointing you in the right direction. And we should be posting it up onto YouTube shortly for you to have a watch of. So obviously the golf from St Andrews this week, the course looks a bit easier than Chambers Bay a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it's not so quite as Mickey Mouse as Chambers Bay. It's
that's certainly one course I would never like to play on.
No, I quite like to play it just to experience what it was like, really. It'd be interesting to kind of see what you could score around there.
It didn't look a lot of fun to me, but Jordan Spieth came on top again, showing his mental game and
very impressive,
showing how good he really is.
And he won last week in the build-up to the Open, then shoot 67 first round, looking good so far. So it'll be unbelievable if he wins this one.
He's got a good chance.
Very good chance, especially I think this weather delay is only going to favour him and Dustin Johnson as well. I think they're not teeing off until about 6 o'clock today. Obviously it's a bit quite soft, a lot of rainfall. The wind normally drops down in the evening, so they could be very lucky.
There's a hell of a lot of rain in the night. It's, say the delay. 3.25 hour delay. So
I think it's only going to favour them guys, really do.
I think Dustin Johnson is now out at 10 to 6.
Playing with Spieth, isn't he? They're playing together, Dustin.
So we'll see how they get on. Just get a decent round in. But what are your other thoughts on the course? I mean, the bunkers.
Yeah, obviously the bunkers are something you want to avoid. As they're designed, a hazard. If you go in them, you're pretty much chipping out sideways in the fairway. Obviously the greens high ones make it tough to try and up and down it.
Yeah.
Got the famous road hole. Ken Brown was trying to demonstrate with the BBC yesterday. He thinned it straight into the lift. It was quite funny to see. He obviously felt a bit of pressure. So
the two key players, McIlroy's out. That's a shame.
Yeah. And I think he'd have done well because obviously McIlroy always performs well when it's soft. Obviously St Andrews is a lot softer this week than it normally is. It suited McIlroy quite well. And
what about your favourite Tiger Woods? What are we thinking he's going to do?
Yeah, I'm very disappointed to see Tiger struggle yesterday. My personal opinion on Tiger, I wish he'd get rid of his caddy. I don't rate Joey. It's easy to blame other people apart from Tiger, but I really think Joey's a weak link in that team, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, as there always is with Tiger.
There is. But golf definitely needs him back at the top, and I hope it won't be too long before he's heading that direction, rather than the opposite way, which he's doing a lot at the moment. Yeah.
Well, by watching the Open, there's a lot that the average player can learn.
Yeah, certainly is. Just how they go about their round for a start. Forget their swings. I would never say try and copy an individual swings that you see on TV.
Well, you say that, but we both know there's something in my swing I'm trying to work on at the moment, and I'm really struggling with it. But I've been watching the Open this morning while Luke's been teaching, and I keep popping out with a club in my hand, trying to correct something. And I think I am almost getting it. But that's what we mean about watching the pros go about their round. Is you're not going to learn how to drive for 300 yards, but you can learn a heck of a lot from the short game. And we've actually done a blog about it, which
all about the short game.
We'll put a link up here somewhere for you to see that. So when you go through to the link, there's an ebook you can download, which we've written. 10 ways to take 10 shots off your game.
But 10 simple ways. It's not talking about spending hours on the practice ground trying to fine-tune a certain swing technique. Just simple little methods that anybody can do.
Yeah, it just comes down to the setup that we've talked about a lot, and getting your head right.
Course management skills. Just generally think. Again, you can improve your golf game and lower your scores just by having a different mental approach. Just thinking differently about your game. Stop getting wrapped up in swing thoughts you've read in the magazine. Every cover of every magazine you see, it tells you how to strike every iron perfect. It's just not true. It just doesn't happen. Even McIlroy doesn't fly in the middle of the club face on every shot.
It's just more about hitting them better more of the time.
Yeah, it's consistency. Yeah.
Percentage game. So, I mean, watching the Open, I'm sure it's inspired a lot of people to play. And with the schools breaking up today, well, certainly the schools in Wales anyway, I'm looking forward to having some time off with my three. And a lot of the fathers that we normally see popping in on the way home from work, robbing a bit of time here or in the dinner or whatever, they're now going to be coming here with the kids in tow. So, I mean, what people who want to start golf and get inspired by playing, what do you think is like the biggest misconceptions or stereotypes where people are just wrong? And you know,
there's a couple really, that it's quite snobby and it's expensive, but it's definitely not snobby. Those days are long gone, I think, really, with golf. It probably would have been like that quite a few years ago.
I think people associate the +4s and the spikes, but I mean,
rich businessmen playing, but it's not like that at all. Especially when we talk about expensive, it's really not. Certainly to give it a go anyway, it's not particularly expensive at all.
Yeah, it's like, you know, the people think that everybody will be better than me. I won't be able to hit the ball. People always think I won't be good enough, but people aren't as good. Nobody is as good as you'd think they'd be. Everybody's got the same struggles. I mean, at the moment, I've been playing for a good while, and the way I'm hitting the ball at the moment, I'm sure there's people that could come here and pick up a club for the first time and actually hit the ball better. So everybody's got their own struggles, but we're trying to just break that down, show that golf is accessible to everybody.
And it's not just an old man's sport either.
No.
That's another misconception.
So although we get such a range of people here, and it's we try and appeal to each different market. So it's you know, it is for everybody. It's that's
and generally all it takes is one trip to the drive range and you've soon got the bug.
Yeah, there's many people which is sort of like they'll start off.
It's very addictive.
It's a stupid game. I'll never play golf, and then before you know it, we see him here regular, and you know, it's really good to see. So, is there anything else you want to add this episode, or we're about done there?
No, it's nice one to start with. Quite simple.
If you want to leave some comments in the box below,
ask your questions, yeah.
Ask some questions. Yeah, if there's anything you want to answer, we've got a lot of content, but it's like we want to be answering stuff that you want to know about.
We want to make it relevant, don't we?
Yeah. So I mean, if you want to get in touch on Twitter, on there we're at Trevenant Golf. That's at TREFNANT Golf. Use the hashtag Park Golf, hashtag Park Golf TV. Get in touch on there. If you want to email us at all, it's steve@parkgolf.co.uk. It's obviously the Open's on today, tomorrow and Sunday, so hope you enjoy watching it. Get what you can out of it, try and improve your game. And we look forward to next week's episode, seeing how it's all panned out, and we're talking about the winner.
Yep, we certainly will.
So, okay, we'll see you next time.